Welcome to the channel Our Days Stories. Before you start watching, I recommend subscribing so you don't miss new videos. The sun began its descent, casting a warm golden hue over the city as Hector Clark's plane touched down. He had returned home earlier than anticipated from his grueling business trip, his heart brimming with excitement and anticipation. He couldn't wait to surprise his beloved wife, Loretta, after weeks of being apart. Hector had always been a hard-working and dedicated man, committed to both his career and his family. The mere thought of Loretta's radiant smile filled his heart with warmth, providing solace during the long days away from home. Today, he would finally be rewarded for his perseverance. As he stepped off the plane and made his way through the bustling airport, Hector's mind buzzed with thoughts of his wife. He could almost hear her laughter and feel her tender embrace. He imagined the way her hazel eyes would light up with joy upon seeing him standing at their doorstep. Hector hailed a taxi and directed the driver to their cozy suburban home. The journey felt agonizingly long, his impatience mounting with every passing minute. He wanted to surprise Loretta, to sweep her off her feet and remind her of the love that bound them together. Finally, the taxi pulled up in front of their house. Hector paid the fare and practically leaped out of the vehicle, the sound of his own heartbeat drowning out the noise of the busy street. He rushed up the pathway, fumbling with the keys in his pocket, his excitement reaching a crescendo. The front door creaked open, revealing a familiar space that was filled with memories of love and happiness. But as Hector stepped inside, a heavy silence greeted him. The air seemed charged with an unspoken tension, sending a shiver down his spine. His pulse quickened as he called out, "Loretta, I'm home." His voice echoed through the empty hallway, the absence of her response sending a chill through his veins. Questions swirled in his mind, threatening to suffocate him. Where was she? Why was the house so eerily quiet? Determined to find his wife, Hector made his way through the familiar rooms of their home. He glanced at the family photographs adorning the walls, each capturing a moment of their shared happiness. But now those captured memories seemed like fragile illusions, shattered by the haunting silence that enveloped him. With each step, Hector's anticipation mingled with a growing sense of unease. He couldn't shake off the feeling that something was amiss, that the surprise awaiting him was not what he had envisioned. Still, he pressed on, his heart clinging to the hope that it was all a misunderstanding. As he approached their bedroom, a mixture of trepidation and longing gripped him. This was where their love had blossomed and thrived, where they had whispered dreams and shared their deepest vulnerabilities. With a trembling hand, Hector turned the doorknob, bracing himself for the revelation that awaited him on the other side. The door swung open and time seemed to stand still. In that moment, his heart shattered into a million jagged pieces. Before him, Loretta stood locked in an intimate embrace with Andy Lawrence, her childhood friend. Their bodies were entwined, their faces flush with a passion that belonged to him alone. The room spun, and the air grew thick with a mixture of betrayal and disbelief. The sight before him was a devastating blow to Hector's soul. His mind struggled to comprehend the scene unfolding before his eyes. Loretta and Andy, their bodies entangled, seemed oblivious to his presence. Anguish flooded every fiber of Hector's being, threatening to consume him whole. A surge of emotions welled up within him, a whirlwind of hurt, anger, and confusion. How could Loretta, his beloved wife, betray their sacred vows? And Andy, a friend he had trusted without reservation, had become the unexpected rival for Loretta's affection. Hector's voice trembled as he found the strength to speak. "Loretta," he choked out, his words a mere whisper. The sound shattered the intimate bubble they had created, and both Loretta and Andy turned, their expressions a mix of guilt and surprise. Loretta's eyes widened in shock, her lips parting as she struggled to find the right words. Andy, on the other hand, wore a sheepish grin, as if caught in the act but unapologetic about his desires. In that painful instant, Hector realized that their love, the foundation of their marriage, had been shattered. The trust that had once bound them together lay shattered at their feet. Silence hung heavily in the room as Hector's gaze shifted between Loretta and Andy. Each passing second felt like an eternity, the weight of the truth settling upon his shoulders. The love he had believed to be unbreakable had been torn asunder, revealing a world of pain and uncertainty. Loretta's voice finally broke through the stillness, quivering with remorse. "Hector, I didn't expect you home so early. I'm so sorry," she stammered, her eyes welling up with tears. Her attempt at an explanation only deepened the wound, leaving Hector feeling adrift in a sea of conflicting emotions. Andy stepped forward, his voice laced with a mix of defiance and regret. "Hector, I've loved her for so long. I couldn't hold back any longer. I never meant to hurt you," he confessed, his gaze fixed on Loretta. The room felt suffocating, the walls closing in on Hector. Betrayal pierced his heart like 1,000 needles, leaving him breathless and broken. He turned away, unable to bear the sight of the two people he held closest to his heart, entangled in this painful affair. Without another word, Hector retreated from the room, stumbling out into the night. The cool air caressed his face, but he felt numb to its touch. Thoughts swirled in his mind, replaying the scene over and over, as he tried to make sense of the irreversible damage inflicted upon his life. Hector found himself wandering aimlessly through the dimly lit streets, his footsteps echoing in the empty night. The weight of betrayal pressed upon his shoulders, threatening to crush him beneath its burden. Each passing moment felt like a lifetime, his mind consumed by a whirlwind of emotions. Seeking solace and a sliver of clarity, Hector turned to his trusted friend, Rithi Rose. Rithi had been his confidant since their school days, a pillar of unwavering support. With a heavy heart, Hector dialed Rithi's number, hoping for a glimmer of guidance amidst the chaos. Rithi's voice, calm and reassuring, resonated through the phone. "Hector, my friend, what's troubling you?" he inquired, sensing the anguish in Hector's tone. Struggling to find his voice, Hector managed to utter, "Rithi, it's Loretta. I came home early and I caught her with Andy. I don't know what to do." Rithi's silence spoke volumes, his mind processing the gravity of the situation. Finally, he spoke, his voice filled with empathy. "Hector, I'm so sorry. This is a painful betrayal, but you must remember that it's not solely your fault. Relationships are built on trust and mutual respect. Right now, you need to take some time for yourself to heal and gain clarity." Hector nodded, even though Rithi couldn't see him. The support of his loyal friend provided a glimmer of hope amidst the darkness. "Thank you, Rithi. I'll try to find my way through this. It just feels like my whole world has shattered." Rithi's voice grew firmer. "You're stronger than you think, Hector. Take the time you need to heal. Remember, true love and loyalty will endure. I'm here for you always." As the call ended, Hector clung to Rithi's words like a lifeline. He knew the road ahead would be arduous, but he resolved to find the strength within himself to confront the pain, face the truth, and discover the path to healing. Days turned into weeks, and Hector remained in a state of emotional turmoil. The wounds inflicted by the betrayal were slow to heal, leaving him with a lingering ache in his heart. He immersed himself in work, seeking refuge in the familiar routine, but the ghost of his shattered marriage haunted his thoughts. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a melancholic glow over the city, a knock on Hector's door interrupted his solitary musings. He opened it to find Rithi standing there, a sympathetic look in his eyes. "Hector, there's someone I want you to meet," Rithi said, his voice laced with a hint of intrigue. "Her name is Brooklyn Pierce, and she might have some insights that could help you find your way forward." Hector's brows furrowed in curiosity and apprehension. He had not been ready to consider moving on or seeking advice from anyone else. but there was something in Rithy's gaze that conveyed a glimmer of hope, a possibility for healing. Reluctantly, Hector agreed to meet this enigmatic Brooklyn Pierce, unsure of what to expect. They arranged to meet at a quaint cafe, its warm ambience providing a stark contrast to the coldness that had settled within Hector's soul. As Hector entered the cafe, his eyes scanned the room until they settled on a woman sitting alone at a corner table. She exuded an air of confidence and mystery, her dark hair cascading in waves around her shoulders. When she met his gaze, her eyes sparkled with a mix of curiosity and allure. Approaching her table, Hector mustered a faint smile. "Brooklyn, I presume." She nodded, her voice a soothing melody as she replied, "Yes, and you must be Hector. Rithy has told me so much about you." They spent hours engrossed in conversation, with Brooklyn weaving tales of her own experiences and offering insights into matters of the heart. She possessed a rare ability to see beyond the pain, guiding Hector toward self-reflection and the possibility of forgiveness. As the evening drew to a close, Brooklyn imparted a final piece of wisdom. "Hector, healing takes time, and forgiveness is a personal journey. Trust yourself to find the strength to forgive, not for others, but for your own peace. Only then can you open yourself up to the possibility of love and happiness once more." Hector left the cafe that night with a newfound sense of clarity. Brooklyn's words had ignited a spark of hope within him, reigniting his belief in the resilience of the human spirit. Days turned into weeks, and Hector immersed himself in the process of self-reflection and healing. He delved into books, sought therapy, and engaged in activities that nurtured his soul. The wounds still lingered, but they no longer held the power to consume him. Meanwhile, Loretta found herself torn between the passion she had discovered with Andy and the guilt that gnawed at her conscience. The realization of the irreversible damage she had caused to her marriage weighed heavily on her. She longed for a chance to make amends, to rebuild the trust she had shattered. One evening, as the sun painted the sky with hues of gold and pink, Loretta gathered her courage and reached out to Hector. She requested a meeting, a chance to apologize and express her regret. Hector, hesitant yet willing to confront the pain that still lingered within him, agreed to meet her. They chose a park, a place where their love had blossomed in the early days, hoping that amidst the beauty of nature they could find a glimmer of hope. As they sat on a weathered bench, the weight of their shared history palpable, Loretta's voice trembled with sincerity. "Hector, I can't begin to express how deeply sorry I am for the pain I've caused. I was lost, confused, and made a terrible mistake. But I love you, and I want to work through this to rebuild what we had." Tears welled up in Hector's eyes as he listened to her words. The love they had shared had been tarnished, but deep down he longed for the possibility of restoration. "Loretta, the wounds are still fresh, and trust must be earned again. But if we are both willing to fight for our love, to heal together, then I am open to the possibility of forgiveness." Their hearts heavy yet filled with a glimmer of hope, Hector and Loretta embarked on the arduous journey of rebuilding their marriage. They attended counseling sessions, engaged in open and honest conversations, and committed themselves to a renewed sense of transparency and understanding. The road ahead was challenging, with ups and downs, moments of doubt, and moments of rediscovered tenderness. But they persevered, recognizing that true love was worth fighting for. As Hector and Loretta worked on rebuilding their marriage, a newfound resilience emerged within them. They began to communicate on a deeper level, sharing their fears, hopes, and dreams with unwavering honesty. Through the process of healing, they discovered a renewed appreciation for one another, recognizing the depth of their connection and the strength of their love. Amidst their journey of reconciliation, Andy Lawrence, the unexpected catalyst of their turmoil, embarked on a path of self-reflection. He realized the pain he had caused and the consequences of his actions. Filled with remorse, he reached out to Loretta, seeking an opportunity to apologize and make amends. With hesitation, Loretta agreed to meet Andy, understanding the importance of closure and forgiveness. They met in a quiet cafe, the air heavy with the weight of their shared history. Andy expressed his regret, acknowledging the hurt he had inflicted upon both Loretta and Hector. Loretta, in turn, found the strength to forgive him, knowing that forgiveness was essential for her own healing and growth. Through this process, Andy, too, underwent a personal transformation. He resolved to learn from his mistakes, to grow as an individual, and to channel his unrequited love for Loretta into self-discovery and self-love. As time passed, the wounds of betrayal gradually healed, leaving scars that served as reminders of the journey they had embarked upon. Hector and Loretta learned to embrace their shared vulnerabilities, cherishing the newfound depth and resilience that had emerged from the ashes of their shattered marriage. They realized that love was not without its challenges, that it required continual effort and commitment. But they also discovered that the journey of love was a tapestry woven with threads of forgiveness, understanding, and the unwavering belief in second chances. The bond between Hector and Loretta grew stronger with each passing day. They found solace in the rediscovery of their shared dreams and aspirations. Together, they embarked on new adventures, creating memories that would forever intertwine their hearts. Through their journey of healing and forgiveness, Hector and Loretta also discovered the power of self-growth. They pursued their individual passions and nurtured their personal growth, understanding that a strong foundation of self-love was essential for a flourishing relationship. As time went on, the echoes of the past grew fainter, replaced by a renewed sense of trust and a profound appreciation for one another. Their love story, once marred by betrayal, transformed into a testament of resilience, forgiveness, and the unyielding power of love. Throughout their journey, Rithi remained a steadfast source of support and guidance. His friendship served as a constant reminder that true friendship endures even in the face of hardship. Rithi celebrated their triumphs and provided a shoulder to lean on during the moments of doubt and vulnerability. As for Brooklyn Pierce, her presence lingered in the depths of Hector's memories, a reminder of the temptations and pitfalls that can test the strength of a relationship. Though their encounter had shaken the foundation of Hector and Loretta's marriage, it ultimately served as a catalyst for growth and self-reflection. In the end, the betrayal they had faced became a turning point, a crucible that forged a love that was more resilient, honest, and appreciative than ever before. Their love had weathered the storm and emerged stronger, a testament to their unwavering commitment and the power of forgiveness. Hector and Loretta's journey was a reminder that love, even in its most tumultuous forms, has the potential to heal and transform. It taught them the importance of cherishing the present moment, of nurturing the love they shared, and of embracing the imperfections that make their story uniquely their own. And so, hand in hand, they walked into the future, ready to face whatever challenges may come, knowing that their love had been tested and had proven itself resilient. The past may have been filled with heartache, but their present and future were adorned with the promise of a love that had stood the test of time. Years passed, and Hector and Loretta's love continued to blossom, their hearts intertwined in a dance of devotion and commitment. They built a life filled with joy, laughter, and shared dreams. The scars of their pasts served as reminders of their resilience, constantly reminding them of the strength of their bond. Their story inspired others who had faced similar challenges, offering hope that love could be rekindled and trust could be rebuilt. They became advocates for open communication, forgiveness, and the power of second chances, sharing their experiences to encourage others on their own journeys of healing and reconciliation. Amidst the love that enveloped Hector and Loretta, Andy Lawrence found his own path to redemption. He embraced personal growth, honing his passions and finding fulfillment outside of romantic pursuits. Andy discovered that self-love and self-acceptance were the foundations upon which lasting happiness could be built. Rithy Rose, the unwavering friend, continued to support Hector and Loretta, their bond transcending time and distance. His own life flourished with success and fulfillment in his personal and professional endeavors. The three friends remained a constant source of support for one another, their friendship a testament to the enduring power of true connections. As for Brooklyn Pierce, she faded into the background, a mere shadow of the past. Her presence had served as a catalyst, propelling Hector and Loretta toward self-discovery and the strengthening of their love. In time, her memory lost its grip on their hearts, replaced by a profound appreciation for the lessons learned and the growth that had emerged from the ashes of their shared pain. And so Hector and Loretta lived their days with gratitude and a deep understanding of the preciousness of love. They treasured every moment, cherishing the love they had fought for and the lessons they had learned along the way. Their love story, born from betrayal, had transformed into a tale of resilience, forgiveness, and the unbreakable bond between two souls. As they gazed into each other's eyes, their hearts overflowing with love, they knew that their journey was far from over. Together they would continue to face life's challenges, hand in hand, knowing that their love was the compass that would guide them through any storm. And so they walked into the horizon, their hearts entwined, ready to embrace the adventures that awaited them, forever grateful for the unexpected surprise that had forever changed their lives. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel, Our Days Stories.